Good afternoon. My name is Annette Cannon. I'm the Special Master assigned to hear your case today. I'm going to briefly explain the procedure for those who've never been here before. You've been cited with a violation, and you've been time to correct the violation. The city has chosen to proceed with this hearing for the purpose of obtaining a finding of noncompliance, which can later be used as a subsequent hearing for the purpose of being deemed a repeat violation. The hearing is public, recorded, and all testimony is taken under oath. Although the formal rule of evidence does not apply, fundamental due process is observed. If you're admitting the violation, please advise when you come to the podium. You need to tell me how much time you need to correct the violation. The city will also give me an estimate. Based on what you both say, I will give you reasonable time to correct the violation. If you're contesting the violation, the city must prove through clear and convincing evidence that the violation has occurred and/or the violation is still in existence. This is done through testimony of the inspector or the custodian of records if the inspector is not available to testify and the exhibits are introduced by the city. If you're refuting the violation, you expect to give testimony as to why there is no violation. After I've heard both sides, I'll render a decision based on the evidence and testimony before me. If there is no violation, I'll dismiss the case. If there is a violation, I will give you reasonable time to correct the violation before a fine begins to run. I have authority to impose fines up to $1,000 per day for the first violation. If you're a repeat offender, I have authority to impose fines up to $5,000 per day per violation. There's also an administrative fee of $100, which is assessed by me unless I waive it. When you come to the podium, please state your name, your relationship with the property owner, and if you have authority to proceed on behalf of the property owner. At this time, I ask the clerk to swear in all the witnesses.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Thank you very much. You may be seated. First case, it's on page 11 for 333 41st Street, JF14, ending in 5. It's a request for more time to comply, and it's timely.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Say your name,
Jerry
brother.
Dossi, South Beach Construction for APH Corporation, 333 West 41st Street.
Okay. How much time do you need more to comply?
We would like an additional 60 days. Let me bring you up to date. We just got our revision approved yesterday for switchgear for our fire pump. We're waiting for Public Works to coordinate the after-hours shut-off so we can tie in our PIV to the system. The electrician is out there doing the switchgear for the fire pump. The PIV is installed in the lobby. I don't know if you've been over there. So we're moving along. It's just now I'm waiting on the city.
Judge Jose Loscano, Miami Beach Fire Department. We're okay with the 60 days.
Okay, I'm going to grant the continuance. It's the final continuance because I don't. You had a.
4 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. So it's going to be final continuance September 12th, 2019, or the 150 a day fine is going to be imposed.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone.
150 a day. You have till September 12th. Thank you. You're welcome.
Next case, it's on page 10 for 6701 Collins Avenue, JF10, ending in 10 for a progress report.
Morning. Please state your name for the record.
Brazilian Shanford IV on behalf of the property owner.
Okay, where are we at? It's a progress report.
Well, as I think the court may be aware that the building is currently closed because of a fire that occurred back in July of 2017. It has no power, it's not occupied. And before the fire occurred, all the violations except for testing the emergency generator had taken place. Now, since there is no power, and it's not occupied, we can't comply with the...
Right, so why don't we close the case until they, because are you going to demolish it, you're going to rebuild it, what are you guys doing?
Right now, we're in litigation with the insurance carriers, so we can get the money to repair it.
Okay, so, I mean, I think we keep coming back. You want to come back in 90 days, or you want to close it, what do you want to do?
I'd rather come back in 90 days, Judge.
Will you have anything in 90 days?
I can be fairly certain, since the litigation just started with 4 insurance carriers and about 4 other subcontractors,
right,
that we're not going to have any movement in 90 days.
When do you think you'll have some movement?
I mean, the way that I'm sure this, as you're aware, the litigation occurs, I would, just to put a number, I would put down 180 days.
All right, let's come back December 19th for progress report. If, obviously, if they're up and running or doing something, you can ask for an earlier date, but since that they're closed or not working, I don't see there's any health, any life safety issues since it's unoccupied and they're closed, right? Okay, we'll do a progress report December 19th then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Next case is on page 10 for 825 40th Street, JC 14 for a progress report.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Afternoon.
Brian Giller, on behalf of the property owner. This is just a progress report. I don't know if you want them to go first or me to go first.
Why don't you guys go first?
Hello, Your Honor. This is Al Pena, City of Miami Beach, Code Compliance Department. This is in reference to a violation issued in 2015 for 825 40th Street, operating without a business tax receipt, or as was said when the violation was issued, a certificate of use.
Okay.
Jim McMillan, City of Miami Beach Finance Department. The property currently doesn't have a BTR. It's not paid. In order to complete the process, they need to reapply and have the inspections and complete the process.
Mr. Giller, what's going on?
Well, we tried paying it on several occasions, but because there were outstanding permits and violations relating to that, they would not allow the payment to be accepted. I've always offered to make payment at any point in time. As I did at the last hearing, I'll pay it right now. The problem is they won't accept payment. So where we are, just to bring you up, it's been a long road, but at this point in time, we're basically down to just two things to clear all of the remaining outstanding active permits. As far as the mechanical permit, all we need to do, we've received all of the final inspections with the exception of closing the walls now that they've inspected the pipes in the walls. So that's all that's left to be done, and that's scheduled to be done in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
The only other permit that's open relates to electrical, and we have, we're waiting on a date from FP&L to turn off the power. It's called a work with. The electrician and FP&L have to get together and agree upon the date, and they go out and simultaneously turn off the power. The electrician does the work, they turn the power on. Once those finals have been approved, once that work has been completed, then the final inspections can take place. I'm expecting that to be in the next 30 to 60 days.
Jim McMillan, City of Miami Beach Finance Department. We'll accept the application fee. It shows if he could do that, within the next week or so, then we'll agree with the time to allow him to comply.
I've tried before. He's got to walk with me
All right, will you
because
walk
they
with
won't take the payment.
Come with me. I'll make sure it's
I'll be
taken care
more
of.
than happy to
All
do
right,
it.
so why don't you make the payment and then we'll come back in 60 days for a progress report then?
It should be done. Will the electrical work be done by then?
It should be because we're just waiting on the FP&L.
Okay.
All right, so let's come back.
60 days would be a good time.
We agree.
September
You should be able to
5th
do
or
it.
September 19th? Which one do you guys have a preference?
Which one?
September 5th or September 19th?
The 19th would be better for me.
Okay. All right, let's do a progress report September 19th then.
And if you need a date for a trial, I finally have a trial date in one of my another unrelated case. It's been 10 years,
Oh, wow.
but maybe they'll come back before the 10 years.
Well, I hope that works out for you. I know that's
Thank
been
you.
going on for a long time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
On page 10 for 3621 Collins Avenue, JC 11 ending in 363 and SMC 2016 ending in 15 for a progress report.
Who's here on behalf, who signed in?
My page number's wrong.
That's okay. All right. you please state your name for the record?
George Lott, L-O-T-T, for the property owner, All Seasons Condominium,
Okay.
the property at 3621 Collins Avenue.
Okay, so under 363, it's a common area violation, water damage to walls and ceiling, painting, trash and debris, overgrowth and termites. What's going on with that one? When did you last inspect it?
Well, Your Honor, if I just may give
Oh,
a brief
absolutely.
summary. We think that those violations have been corrected,
Okay.
but about 6 months ago, there was an arson event at the building, fire in the elevator shaft, all of the water sprinklers went off, the building was red tagged, it's vacant, secured, and empty. We've been dealing with FP&L since then to now to get the criteria needed to get temporary power to the building, which we've just received. So the code inspectors want to go into the building. There was nobody there when they tried to do that last week, so we're asking that this be moved down the road about 90 days, all 3 items, and hopefully we'll be able to resolve all of those at that time.
What about the BTR?
That case was closed, as far as I know, and, I'd prefer to have it dealt with the other 2 when the president of the association is here.
Let's see.
Since the building's not operating, it was closed on that basis.
No, no, I
Okay.
got you. Jim McMillan, City of Miami Beach Finance Department. We're requesting that this violation be closed. To proceed with the mitigation upon their ability. And this is from our legal department.
Okay. so
And I've
let's-
spoken with Steve Rothstein, who has no objection to this being continued 60
Okay,
days.
so we're
hence,
gonna
or same
close
then.
it, and then you can do mitigation another day? Okay,
Correct.
you'll just request mitigation. Okay,
Yes.
and then we'll go ahead and we'll reset the other one for, you said, what did you need? How much?
90 days?
9 days, so it would be, let's see, let's do it on October 3rd.
Can we make it a little longer?
Want it longer?
Yeah, maybe 120 to be sure.
I'm sure they don't mind. November 7th, is that okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, let's reset it for November 7th for progress
Great.
report. And then if at that time you're ready for mitigation, you can ask for it as well.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor.
Go up.
On page 11 for 5555 Collins Avenue, JF 15, and then 17 for a progress report.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm Rosa Della Camera on behalf of the Oceanside Plaza condominium. To my right is Fortunato Variali, the property manager. There has been, I believe, significant progress on this since we were last here. Our fire safety engineer completed her revisions of the ELSS, the Emergency Life Safety Plan, and it has been submitted to the city, I believe directly to Inspector Lascano. And then there are 3 miscellaneous other items which are pending, all of which are in progress, but one of them involves the fire alarm, and that can't be done yet until the elevators are, I'll let Freddie explain it better, but it has to be integrated with the elevators, and we're told by the contractor that can't happen until December. So the permits, which would have expired in August, have been updated, and they're now going to expire much later so that this work can be done. The other 2 items that are pending, it's 4 in total, the ELSS, the fire alarm, and then there's 2 other things, bless you, that involve the railings. One of them is in the process of being done. We need to figure out whether, in the process of being started, we need to figure out if a permit is needed. And the other one, we're just still in the process of bidding it. It's very difficult to get bids on it. So there's been movement, but we need more time.
Okay.
Jose Lascano, Miami Beach Fire Department. We are in possession of the Engineered Life Safety Plan. We're going to need about 90 days to review that. And as far as the alarm and the elevator issues, we're okay to extend until December and get a progress report then.
You want a progress report in December then?
Yes.
Okay, let's do one for December 19th, the progress report then.
That'd be perfect. Your Honor, just to clarify, there's no fines or anything, right?
No, there's
Okay.
nothing running. Mm-mm.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, understood. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Judge.
Thanks.
On page 13 for 2637 Flamingo Drive, SMC 2019, and then in 1117, it's a new case.
Hi, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Who's
Who's here for the city?
Oh, she wants to, she wants to deliver this for the,
Do you give a copy to?
a copy to the inspector, yeah? Sure.
Hi,
Hello, how are you?
thanks. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Al Pena, City of Miami Beach Co-Compliance Department. This is in reference to a property maintenance violation issued on the 3rd of April 2019 for 2637 Flamingo Drive. It is for, there's broken stucco on a front column in the front of the house. Also, the walls and the shutters are either in need of very intense cleaning or painting and scraping. I have pics of the front wall that I would like to submit as evidence. I have been speaking and in contact with Ms. Schechter. She also had a violation, the same violation for not having the home properly secured. There were some doors in the back of the house that were open, that were being used by homeless people. She has secured those doors, and they are closed.
So is the
And
house
locked.
now vacant? The
Um,
house is vacant?
At the
from their-
moment, yes.
No squat, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
And we're requesting a compliance date or a progress date for,
Okay, so Ms. Schechter provided me with a letter, and she provided you with a letter as well, I think, that she's trying to sell the property? You're
yes, that is
selling it
correct.
as is, right?
Yes.
So for her not to have to correct the violations and, you know, she, and endure that hardship, what, do you have it for sale already?
Yes.
Do you foresee any contracts?
Not yet, they've been showing it, they had open house few times, but nothing yet.
Okay, I mean, I'll give you some leeway only because I don't want you to spend the money, because I'm sure whoever buys the property is gonna either fix it or tear it
Tear it
down, which is
down,
what they all
yeah.
do. But unfortunately, your neighbors won't be so happy if we continue to keep it that way. Okay, so I'm gonna give you 90 days, okay? In 90 days, you haven't sold it, you have to get into compliance,
Okay.
okay? So let's do October 15th. I'm gonna do a compliance date where it's gonna be $100 a day. So if you have a problem, you let us know, but you really need to either try to sell it aggressively or try to fix as much as you can,
Okay.
okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Okay, do you understand this? You're very welcome to understand this.
13, 610 Jefferson Avenue, SMF 2017, and then in 160 for a progress report.
Just gonna grab the chief.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I'm the property owner. My name is Mitch Novick. The chief is joining us here today to discuss this matter.
Okay, I know there was an issue at the last hearing, and so that's why we reset this so that he can be here, because you said you had a different communication with him. So, can you explain where we are with this violation?
Hi, good afternoon, ma'am. The code was just changed for condominiums, so that the problem that we're having with the handrails is either going to be extended time to 2024, or you can opt out if you're a high-rise condominium. This is a little different. This is an apartment building or a hotel that has historical value. So what we're doing is we're still citing them with a notice of violation, although we're not looking to enforce, because there has been efforts to try to change the law in Tallahassee. And so what the fire department is going to do is give them time to go ahead and see if they're successful. If not, we're looking at possibly following the same guidelines that they're using for the condominiums, which is giving them to 2024 to go ahead and start complying with the height and with the spheres that they have. So
Okay. As there's other stuff I see as well. There was extinguishers, portable extinguishers must be installed.
That's all been
That's been done,
resolved.
so the only,
Yes, that's all been
the only
taken.
outstanding issue is the handrails right now.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so now you're waiting for Tallahassee? Is that what you're doing, waiting for?
right, we're going to go ahead and just because there's been a lot of buildings that have been cited, what we're doing is we're still going to give them a notice of violation and tell them that this needs to be corrected. We are giving them time to correct it because they're looking for a resolution either legislatively or, which we can give them time for that. Last year, we had the same problem with condominiums, and they were successful. Historic buildings wasn't part of that legislation.
This is an historic building.
Right, so we're going to go ahead and give them time instead of actually going forward, or we're asking not to go forward with the enforcement.
So you want adjudication with no compliance?
That'll
Is
work.
that what you're asking me for?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So are you okay with that? Since there is a guilty, there's no fine. It's an adjudication. You don't have to keep coming back here. And there's no fine. And then at some point, I guess, when
When the issue's decided.
Right, then we'll go
I'll
from
either
there.
get in compliance.
exactly.
we'll
So it's
deal with it then.
adjudication, no fines, okay? And then we'll revisit if you need it for compliance, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
You're
Thank you.
Next case is on page 12 for 1030 West 47th Street, SMC 2019. And in 1113, it's a new case.
Good afternoon, Danielle Blankstein on behalf of the property owner. So the trailer that's in front of the property right now is for the construction of the pool, which the permit for the pool is approved. The problem is that they haven't been able to put the fence around the property to block the view of the trailer because the construction and demo permit is still pending. It's in the final phase though, it's in comments and edits. So we're asking for, I think, probably 30, 60-day extension so that they can put the fence up. You probably know.
Al Pena, City of Miami Beach Co-Compliance Department. As the lady said, this is regarding a trailer with some signage on it that is parked in the driveway of the property. I do have pictures of it that I would like to submit for evidence.
So what do you want to do, Mr. Pena?
Well, the trailer has been there since the 18th of April.
So, so they have to remove the trailer to get in compliance?
That is correct. I mean, it's been there for 3 months.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
I know. I think that they thought that they were going to get the approval on the construction faster, and then the issue is that for them to do the work that they have approval on now, they would have to bring in the trailer every day because it's for equipment, and it would like block traffic for 30 minutes, I think, on
They
the
just need to
street.
move it until they get the permitting. You know, they can't keep it there. It's been there for 3 months, so
Right.
we can't just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. They need to move it until they get the permitting. Then once they have the permit, they can bring it back.
And they can't get like 30 days extension on it because I don't know if you have it in the record, the demo permit, but they said it's in final stages of approval. And they said the second that they get the approval, they'll put the fence up and then you won't be able to see it.
We can see that they may have permits. However, it's been here for 90 days. We've been getting constant calls from
The neighbor.
more than one of the neighbors. The city is looking for an adjudication of guilty. It's a zoning violation that does not carry any fines, so we would like an adjudication of guilty and the trailer removed.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna do adjudication of guilty. I'm gonna give you 1 week to remove it by
Okay.
July 18th.
Okie dokie.
If they don't remove it by July 18th, then they're gonna be fined $100 a day.
But nothing from now until then.
No, you have a week to remove
Okay.
it.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
$100 a day if it's not removed by July 18th. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
On page 11 for 5170 Pine Tree Drive, SMC 2018, and in the 941. It's a reset from June 6. It's funny because I got service, but the letter came back, so I don't understand why.
You can't have service if it came back.
I know, it's the most weird thing.
Yeah, no, we don't have service. If the letter came back, they don't have service. All right, so let's reset it. We have no service, and let's post it, okay? Let's reset it for, let's see, August 15th. No, we don't have an afternoon that day. September 5th, okay? Let's do September 5th, and we're going to reset it, and we're going to post it.
Thank you.
Next one, it's on page 12 for 775 West 5th Street, SMC 2019, and in 1059. It's a new case, and I have service. Who's here for that? Oh. Yeah.
Good afternoon again, Your Honor. Al Pena, City of Miami Beach Code Compliance Department. This is in reference to a violation at 825 40th Street, or, excuse me, 775 West 50th Street. Progress check was made today, actually, and it is still under the same conditions. You may have some pictures for, that were submitted as evidence. There were some white pavers that were on the swale. The pavers were removed, however, they have not replaced the existing swale with any sod or turf. On that note, they do have a right-of-way permit that was issued very recently on June 25th, 2019, for the installation of 18 by 8.5 turf blocks on the right-of-way scale. I would like to submit the pictures and the right-of-way permit as evidence.
Okay, by way of record, they have an attorney, and you served it to the homeowner, not the attorney, so there's not proper service, okay? It needs to be sent to, yeah, there's an attorney, there's a lot of correspondence from an attorney here, so we need to send it to the attorney because I represent it. So, you could submit it, but let's go reschedule it because they have an attorney. So let's reset it for September 5th.
Special Master?
Yeah.
Sorry. He's saying that they removed the pavers, so they're no longer using the right-of-way, so therefore they're in compliance?
Oh, they're in compliance then?
Yeah, the dead grass is a new violation.
Oh, okay, then
Yeah.
fine. All right, then I'm going to dismiss the case. They're in,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so this is your zone?
all right,
No,
moving right along.
Here's the pavers and that were removed, and here's the
Page 12 for 1117 Delito
Right,
Terrace.
they were supposed to do the pool fence around it. Did you do a follow-up check? It was all about a pool fence. That's what they were going to do, a pool fence on that one. And we told them if they had the pool fence, they didn't have to come.
Oh, the one that I'm calling?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
SMC 2019 and in 1089 progress report.
and we have service, right? Is-
Good afternoon, Manny Basso, City of Miami Beach Code Compliance Department. This is for our progress report, as you said, for the fence around the pool. I was there yesterday, and they were putting it up. They almost finished already, so I would give them just the most a week. I think they're gonna be done, maybe, they might be done already.
Okay, you didn't, because you went yesterday and they weren't done.
No, I went yesterday and it's about 75% done.
Okay,
Since it's a safety issue, I would give them the most 1 week.
1 week. Okay, they have until July 18th, or they're gonna be fined $150 a day,
July?
18. I don't know why they're not here. There was service. Okay,
Thank you.
welcome.
Next one, it's page 12 for 110 1 San Marino Terrace, SMC 2019, and in 1108. It's a new case, but they made a request for continuance.
How is it a new case if it says here second request for continuance?
It's a second one. Well, we never heard the case, so they keep just asking for continuance.
Okay, all right, he says they're out of. Right. What's going on with this property? Anybody
Manny
know?
Basso, City of Miami Beach Code Compliance Department. This was a violation for using the land for a purpose which is not permitted. They were using the empty lot as a parking lot.
Are they still doing that?
They're not doing it anymore, but we have an email from the legal department stating that for them to be in compliance, they need to resod the property because it currently has gravel. So once they resod it and put it back to the way it was, then that would cure the violation.
Okay, so I'm going to deny their, unless you have an objection to it, I was going to deny their request for a second continuance. They didn't come to the first case, they asked for a continuance, now they're asking for a second continuance, they're out of town. They should send a representative here on their behalf. So how long would it be reasonable? They have to, what do they have to do?
They have to resod the whole property.
Okay, so 30 days compliant, 45 days compliant? Let's give a compliance date of 45 days, August 27th. A compliance date, the continuance is denied, and or $100 a day.
$100 a day?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next case is on page 12 for 3490 Sheridan Avenue, SMC 2018, and in 893. It's a new case, and I have a request for continuance.
Wait, what's page, where's this? Okay, the continuance is granted. I always give each side one continuance, so, let's see, they want it, let's reset it for September 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Page 13, 14, 16, 18th Street, SMC 2019, and in 1118. It's a new case, and I have no service.
No service?
Did you post it and notice or no?
No.
All right, we set it for September 5th for proper service then. And why don't we set it for posting? Okay.
Page 13 for 236 9th Street, SMF 2017, and 41. It's
don't stop fines if no one doesn't show up.
All right then.
So where are they with their progress?
As far as I know, they haven't done anything, Your Honor. They haven't, I mean, you know, it's still in the same phase. They pulled the permit, but, you know, no work has been done.
Wow. Okay, well, they're not even here. They're not doing any work, so I'm gonna I'm gonna deny their request to stop the fines. I'm actually gonna increase it to $250 a day. Mm-hmm. For noncompliance. So send an order denying the request to stop the fines, increasing the fines to $250 a day, and continuing until they're in compliance.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.